This is Ravenous Devils. We're here on Xbox Series X. Be sure to like the video. Subscribing is great as well. What are we getting here? It's 1080p at 60 FPS, which is quite smooth. It is a game where you are running a shop. It's kind of like a little bit of a lemonade sort of simulator, I guess you would say, with a bit of a dark twist to it. So what exactly are you doing in this game? Well, you're kind of cooking people into pies, which, is quite an interesting concept. So what we have here at the top is a tailor. So we've got this guy, and what he does, Percival, runs the tailor shop, and then below, Hildred runs the meat side of the business. So you will have clients. Some will just come in and buy clothing, and some of them will come for fitting. You need to choose the right moment to strike as our tailor here, and then send them down the chute so that they can be grinded up and turned into meat to become, well, a pie or something else. It's a little Sweeney Todd-esque, kind of comedic, kind of a little bit funny, and we're just kind of doing our meal prep for the day because, this is totally the sign of a very clean and well-managed kitchen environment. And then you put things for display and you sell stuff. It's pretty straightforward and actually kind of interesting. Now there is a little bit more to this. Somebody might be a little bit of an admirer of your work, and they reach out to you through letters. And these letters give you, well, let's just say some targets and some individuals that you need to deal with in order to help out your mysterious admirer. And it really is quite a unique experience. It's actually kind of fun. Now, I do wish that there was maybe more of a straightforward, open-ended kind of option. Like it is, I don't know how to describe it. It's a very straightforward kind of game. You come in, you cook your pies, you cook your different types. Like, it's not just pies. I keep saying pies because, I really think of, well, again, Sweeney Todd, but, there's actually, like, a lot of different stuff you can cook. Like, you can make, like, patties, and there's, like, steaks, and you can have people sit in and eat. And, you're a new shop. You're fresh in the area, and you're kind of wanting to get good reviews to get the name out there. So performance, your performance does matter, and you can keep buying things to improve your offering. So you can actually play this game quite a bit. The concept itself, very straightforward, very simple, but I actually kind of like it, and I find it to be very interesting and strangely gory. Yeah, it is definitely a little bit more intense than I would have thought. Okay, so kind of hoping that gal does not notice. Good thing they pay without having to talk to me. So you got to get your bodies. You throw your fabric over there because you're a tailor. You got to make stuff. And then you got your gal down here. She deals with the bodies, makes the food. It's pretty cool. It's pretty straightforward. And don't forget to wipe up the blood. And there's different areas too. You might notice that there's a little bit of an upper area as well. So that's kind of something that goes on as you continue to explore and see things in the world. I wonder if I actually, let's get that going there. So yeah, it's a neat kind of game. It's really dark. It's really twisted if you think about it. It's very graphic, and it's just like a fun, in this era, sort of like almost horror game, I guess you would say. I find it to be rather entertaining and strangely savage because I can't believe she actually reaches in there with her hands without getting them burnt and whatnot. But you know what I mean. It's just like it's a very neat sort of game. It's something that I can't think of anything that is similar to this one. That guy is mad because there's no clothing. Doesn't matter though, it's not a big deal. We can't please every customer, what can I say? Well, we could take that. No, it's too late. We're just gonna... I'm just gonna get this cleaned up. You know, you don't want to really get caught, right? That's the biggest thing, is you don't want to get caught with what you're doing. Now, it's not the most, like, technically crazy sort of experience. If anything, usually there's more stuff to do down in the kitchen than there is, I guess you would say, in the higher tailor area, depending on how many people you're killing. But I do think it's a fun game. I think it has a lot of gameplay value to it. It's kind of like a light sort of strategy game. You're sitting up here, you're taking your time, you're making your choices. You are kind of pressured, though. You are racing against the clock to prepare, you know, clothing items to meet clients in a very unfriendly way. Well, it's friendly to some. It's quite intimate, actually. But I do have to make the note that I think in a real world situation, if you have a bunch of people getting appointments at a tailor and they're all dying, that is it's a little sus. It is a little suspicious, I would say, would be a big thing. But no, the idea is just kind of funny how it's like, hey, you know, just these two, this couple that they love eliminating people. They love taking out the garbage or whatever, and cooking and preparing. It's a really honestly neat concept that I think is kind of fun. I was sitting here just kind of whipping through some days. I was like, oh, this is actually kind of engaging. So I think you can actually genuinely find this to be somewhat entertaining, a little bit weird, and a little bit more graphic than you might ever have anticipated. It really was a different sort of experience for me, because I was like, whoa, this is wild. Actually, we have mail. Select mail to read. Elliot is our first target. Preserve the body. So you get like these info things that talks about stuff, and you gotta kind of make your decisions based on that. I feel like we need to increase the speed for which we do stuff. Stolen clothes. An additional piece of clothing. That might actually be helpful. So I'm thinking we'll get that, and then we got 50 quid left. So let's get steaks. To make some steaks. So I think we still need tables to make the steaks. So that's something we'll work towards. And then people can sit at the pub and kind of eat. Steaks table produces more steaks. I bet it does. Meat grinder. So you see all these different options, and there's different areas you can unlock to further your progress as you aim to become more crazy. And you can become a spiteful skeleton if you have enough extra money, which is something I really I aspire to, is the skeleton. Love that, the gourmet chef. I think you can get like a cat too, which is great. So new recipe unlocked, which is kind of exciting. I think you kind of like almost prepare that there. Okay, you need to get your clothing thing going. And then you just kind of go from day to day, cooking things, preparing stuff. It's really quite intriguing. I genuinely find this to be such a bizarre sort of experience, right?
Ready to eat.
Okay, I want to see how the steak setup is, because that's a little bit different. So I think you might find this to be a value and something interesting if you are up for this kind of like twisted game. Because it is. It's dark, it's twisted, you're cooking people into things, right? It's a little messed up, but at the same time, kind of a fun experience. And genuinely something that is totally surprising is that they're like, is that like a wedding photo they have there? It's kind of a little funny there. But it's also very detailed, and you can get in pretty close, you know. You want to see all like the meat going on and that, and I like that it gives you this like almost strategy layer. Now I'm wondering if the steak thing even would work on this shelf. I don't know. But yeah, you can see lots of little details in the environment. It's a neat kind of little game. I do wish that there was a bit more... I don't know how you describe it. More of a sandboxy type thing where it's like, hey, maybe we can like do different shop setups, and you know, I'm really thinking of this as being a lemonade stand for adults kind of twisted setup. It's really, really quite distinct. I'm just happy that we're cooking steaks now. And I guess we could have her working on some of these bodies. You know, get these things all grinded up. You never know when you might need some more meat, right?
Clean this from time to time.
It's just... Oh, it's so crazy. Genuinely, such a strange time. Is this the guy we're supposed to kill? Honestly, can't tell. And don't worry, you get more and more things that you can do. And there's multiple saves that are present, too, for you. So you could be like, oh, I want to... You know, I want to do different, like... Well, maybe not setup scenarios, but you know what I mean? You get options where you can be like, hey, I'm going to do another run of the game and stuff like that. So they do mix it up a bit, which is nice. I need to get more pies up there. It's like that guy's getting frustrated. We can't take these bad reviews. My shop where we cook people up, it needs stellar reviews. That's how we entice more people to come into our special place. But I gotta say, they're probably like, I feel like you would kill the town, essentially. Just in terms of like the quantity of people that we have taken out in this store already. It's kind of nuts, right? Like, it's like, holy, we are ending lives, that is for sure, to make up for the demand that these people have for these delicious food items. We'll complete this mission just by basically killing everybody, I guess. But the whole element of, hey, you know, you gotta take out these targets, it gives it a little bit of an extra edge for what you're doing, right? And it just, like, it flows so easily between the different areas. But just enough to kind of keep giving you things to do, but not to the point that you feel overwhelmed. And then you eventually get a really good flow going as you switch between the couple, as they prepare to eliminate anyone they need to. We're gonna have a surplus of clothing items here, eh? That is for sure. Baking the pies. Like, I genuinely think this is a pretty entertaining game. Like, it's just the ridiculousness of it, concept-wise, but also not being too ridiculous, I guess. It's an efficient way for people to take care of, you know, all the bodies and stuff like that. I should have maybe read that letter more exact. I don't know which body we're supposed to actually keep going. Do you think our secret admirer killer guy would be totally cool if we slack a bit on our job? We're out of pies? How are we always out of pies? I genuinely, like, I can't believe my human pies are just that delicious for people. When she cooks, she cooks. All I know is we are going to have a lot of clothing fabric to deal with. I always get so worried that someone will, like, notice me just laying waste to everyone. Like, someone is stab happy today. Yeah, looks like we got our last clients of the day. Why don't we, some more advanced stuff going on. I want some steaks. Actually, you know what? I think we have to literally put the bodies in there in order to get the steaks going. That's right. You actually got to chop them up. She does a lot of work down in the kitchen, I gotta say. Like a lot of work. Why, hello there. Are we sure we can't just cut this guy up into steaks? Looks like our 8 o'clock has arrived. Gonna have to pull off a double kill. I feel like we should have stabbed that guy, like, several times. Ooh, reputation is a growing. It's not what I wanted to do. But we now have a table that people can come in here and do. What, the day started already? Or is this like a tutorial thing where it's like, hey, you learn how to cook stuff?
It's a great
Seems like a lot of extra work.
delicious.
Oh. But no, it's a cool game. I mean, if you're still sticking around, I'm sure you're just wanting to see more of this in action, but it genuinely is pretty entertaining and just like a straight up bizarre experience that you would be doing this type of thing. Yeah, that definitely looks like a wedding photo. What era is this that they have photos like that? So now I have to have food on display, delicious pies, and then I also have to deal with these people. They want me to bring them food at the table? Oh, that is a lot of demand that I don't know if I can even handle. But it's literally a patty. You didn't even prepare the burgers.
I hope you'll like it.
Well, I'm glad that they are, pleased. I'm glad they are glad. She's so impressive. Wow. Huh. And that gave you 3 steaks, really?
As fast as I can.
Did not see that that coming. No, I asked you to grab the tray, I thought. As we prepare for another hard working day here on this tranquil street. It's always a fun paradise for us. I can't believe that was so graphically detailed. This is definitely in the realms of a horror title. No, do this first. So much meal prep goes into this.